It's the final day of the LPGA's last full field event, and the Florida Gulf Coast air is thick with drama, with some of the game's brightest stars in a tug-of-war for another trophy. Some just trying to keep their cards, others trying to secure a shot at next week's $11 million payday. And in the midst of it all, here at the ANNIKA, driven by Gainbridge at Pelican, one of the tour's biggest hitters and biggest names is saying goodbye. Grant Boone Morgan Pressel watching Brittany Lincecum finish off a brilliant 20-year career.
What a moment. Has her dad on the bag for the final hole today. They started their career together. Gosh, I'm going to cry.
It's okay.
Yes.
Mom of two. Here comes Sophia. And Emery there in the pink hat.
I just whacked her with the flowers. I know. Hold on. I got to give hugs.
A hug from Allie Ewing.
First, try to help.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice to
Those tears are well earned, Morgan, from you and her. You've known her a long time.
Yeah, what a special moment. Wonderful champion, wonderful person, incredible philanthropist, and so many accolades. 20-year career on the LPGA Tour, two-time major champion, and just a great friend.
And a great person, this tour for all these years. And this is how the leaderboard looks. Charlie Hull and now Thailand's Wichani Michai. Tied to the top, Nelly Korda and others giving chase. NBC Sports and the LPGA Tour proudly present the season-long race to the CME Globe. From Bel Air, Florida, it's final round coverage of the ANNIKA, driven by Gainbridge at Pelican. This 75th season of the LPGA Tour has dripped with drama all season long, and it's another exciting final round here at Pelican Golf Club. It's a Donald Ross design, refurbished 6 years ago. And since 2020, it has brought together elite LPGA fields. Major champions have won here, including Nelly Korda, who's trying to win for a third time. A brutal closing stretch, and whoever hoists that trophy will have earned it. Morgan and I are joined by another major champion. Karen Supple's out of the golf course. Tom Abbott is there as well. Charlie Hull playing in the final group with Nelly Korda and China's Weiwei Zhang. They are at the par 4 11th. And Charlie has bent a little bit today, Karen, but she hasn't broken. She has stayed at least tied at the top.
Yeah, she's been forced to try and scramble quite a bit today. Distance control has been a little bit of an issue for her. And I would say in her defense that the wind is quite tricky out here, and trying to figure out exactly where it's quartering from. And it can be quite tough. So sometimes it's going to help, sometimes it's going to hurt, depending on your shot tape. And I don't think she's got that quite dialed in just yet. There's still time, though, for her to get that right. But this club has kind of been keeping her in it. And very impressively so, too, on these greens, which are lightning fast.
The way that this entire group has played has let the rest of the fields back in it here today. So many people now with the chance to win. So many bunched up there towards the top of the leaderboard. The final group, the only 3 players on the top of the leaderboard over par.
Of a dozen players separated by just 3 shots. Charlie trying to go wire to wire. As we look at our insights by KPMG, and the 27-year-old from China in her 3rd season on the LPGA Tour really got it going yesterday, Morgan. A career best 62.
Yeah, she said she was kind of a little nervous when she realized where she was in relation to par, lowest she'd ever been. And of course, you've got that 18th hole to tackle, but 130 feet of putts. I mean, that gets it done. And on these greens, Karen, that you mentioned that are so treacherous, hasn't quite had it rolling today the same way that she did yesterday, though.
No, and I think, though, the longer that you play this golf course and the longer that you are putting on these greens, the more scared you can become of them, to be honest. If you're just slightly above the hole, you know you've just got to only just breathe on the putt to get it to roll down to the hole. It's a game of very defensive putting out here. That was a good one, though. Back up the hill.
On offense, and she's tied at the top. I beg your pardon, that was to save her par. All right, so she remains one back. Staying cool. She'd never been better than 11th entering a final round in her 3 seasons. Here she is in the final group with 2 of the biggest names in the game, including world #1 Nelly Korda, who is a couple over today. How about here?
Well, again, this putt is uphill, so I think Nelly can be a little bit more comfortable with this putt. But you know, I think Nelly, over the course of this week, she's looked comfortable on these greens. And after the last hole, she did a few little strokes with her putter. And whatever she figured out back on that last hole, it paid off there.
Second birdie of the day against 3 bogeys. That gets her to within 1. All right, while we have a moment, let's send it down to Tom.
Here with Brittany Lincecum, who has just finished her LPGA Tour full-time career after 20 years. She'd actually turned pro 20 years ago next month. You had your father on the bag there walking up 18. He was on the bag for your first win. Then you said you fired him after that and went to a professional caddy. But what was it like today, finishing here and finishing so close to home?
Oh my God, it was really a dream come true. You know, when they called me, when the sponsor invite, you know, I called Dan Doyle right away and I cried when I called him. This really means a lot to be able to finish in my hometown. And obviously I knew it was going to be emotional having my dad on the bag, but it was really cool.
It was fantastic to watch. To have the whole family there as well. Your husband, your daughters came out. You've won 2 major championships. You played on 6 Solheim Cups. You've had an incredible playing career on the LPGA Tour. What are you going to miss the most?
Probably just the competition. You know, being in contention on a Sunday, there's really nothing like it. The feeling that you get through your bones. But you know, a mom of 2 now. I can't wait to just be a stay-at-home mom and maybe, you know, volunteer a little bit at the school and just something new chapter in my life. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, you're only 39 years of age. You've still got a lot to offer, and perhaps playing some senior golf in the future as well. What is your proudest achievement as a player on the LPGA?
Really all of them, either, you know, winning with my dad on the bag, Solheim's, majors, and I've just always wanted to leave the game better than what it was when I started, and I think we've done that. You know, the purses are up, more events, more girls playing the game of golf, more kids playing the game of golf, which is really cool. I've always wanted to grow the game, so I think I've done that, and I'm not done. I'm sure there'll be somewhere you'll see me, and I'll keep growing it just because it's such a wonderful game.
You've done so much for the LPGA Tour, as you mentioned there, your playing career, but also for the first tee of St. Petersburg junior golf in this area. I think a lot of people thank you for what you've done, and I hope you come back out and see us on the LPGA Tour in the future. But thank you, Brittany, for everything you've done, and congratulations on a wonderful career.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, you were in tears. Brittany was in tears. I think a lot of us were. Morgan, as she finished up 401st event. Michelle Simpson was on the bag for her all day until here at the 18th.
It was important to her. She wanted her dad to be there as they finished. The rest of her family as well, her husband and her 2 girls.
Finished with a par that a lot of these leaders would love to have come days in, finishing it out. We'll never forget, Brittany. Thanks to Gainbridge for delivering yet another great event. Thanks to Pelican and Wichani Michai, veteran from Thailand, trying to win for the first time at the treacherous 12th.
That's the bail, but as we've said all week, where this golf course tries to get you to bail is still no bargain.
Rosang made double at the 12th, trying to scramble here at 13. That'll keep Rose at 8 under. So a two-way tie at the top. Nelly Korda, just with a birdie at the 11th, moves to within 1 as she tries to win for the 7th time this season. Today's coverage is brought to you by Gainbridge. With rates that beat most banks, Gainbridge is a game changer for investing. Visit Gainbridge.io. By CME Group, where risk meets opportunity. And by Skechers. Try hands-free Go Golf Skechers slip-ins. Just step in without bending down. We're back at the par 3 12th. Wichani Michai a couple of times today has had a share of the lead, as she does now. And Morgan, how about this second with a putter?
Yeah, opting to putt. If she gets this a few feet past this whole location, there is a chance it could find the penalty area. I'm not surprised if this comes up short. This whole location is just very close to the edge. That false front on the front of this green in this middle section. Saw it catch out Rosang earlier.
She's got players like Michai, Weiwei Zhang, Hyojun Jang. They're tied for 7th, trying to win for the first time. Same for Jin Hee Im, rookie from Korea. With a win today, Jin Hee would move to the front of the Louis Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year race. She would pass Japan's Mao Saigo. She's been really good from really early in the season all the way through. Very solid putting stroke. She's played well in big events, Morgan. And I go back to the Chevron Championship where she tied for 8th. That's an expanded field the last couple of years. She wouldn't have gotten in previous iterations of that event. She did, and she top 10'd and hasn't looked back.
Yeah, I mean, she's had a lot of success in Korea. She's a rookie to the LPGA Tour, but not a rookie to golf, and has been in big positions and won in Korea, but nothing quite like the competition that you're going to get here. So I think she's had a fabulous season. She's really, like you said, put herself in the middle of some really big moments. Also played well at the U.S. Women's Open and a few other big events this year. Tough golf courses. Not too dissimilar from this. The setup today has that slick feel of greens of a U.S. Open.
4th straight hole. She's had a chance to tie the lead. Understandably careful with it. Let's take a look at the awards here.
What?
Nelly, she can rest easy. She's already won Player of the Year. And that season led to her first Player of the Year award. Began just about 45 miles south of here in Bradenton. Came from 3 back with 2 to go to beat Liddy in a playoff. Took 7 weeks off. Morgan won 4 straight. And again, Mizuho America's Open.
She had a stretch like we haven't seen in years, and just a sensational season. Looking to cap it off here with a big couple weeks to finish.
And in that Louis Suggs Rolex Rookie of the Year race, as we mentioned, Saigo, who missed the cut this week. First time she's missed a cut in the last 11 starts. You get 150 points for a win in the Rookie of the Year race, so she would just inch ahead of her by 4 points if Jin Hee wins. No rookies have won yet this year. Right at the 14th, where Lynn Grant made an eagle yesterday. This to join the leaders. She is 4 under today, even with a double. Olivia Cowan is at the 12th. She's got this for par, 1/16. She's trying to move into the top 100.
Nobody has missed that putt on the high side. Everyone has missed it low. We'll see if Wachani, who is right how to move her mark, will be able to get it high enough.
Well, big backup here at the 12th, really for the last couple of hours. Just such a tough hole. You see the saddle like green there. So Wei Zhang is waiting. 1 shot back. Nelly's waiting. Got Wachani Michai's got this for her par. Took a share of the lead, Morgan, into the final round of the U.S. Women's Open. She had never been in that position. Of course, Yuka Saso came from behind to win it. But great experience for her there in Lancaster.
Anytime you put yourself in those big moments, you continue to learn about how your body reacts under pressure. And she's funny in her interviews. She said, if I can get my brain to behave, I think I can win this week. And there, she went to school on Olivia's putt. She's the first person we've seen make a putt from that spot on the 12th.
Might feel help, but that's fine.
Well, that birdie at the 11th was a long time ago, but here is Nelly, 1 back.
Well, and Nelly right now, you heard Jason say that it might feel a little help, but that's fine. It's because it does feel like there's a little help there, but from this angle, it's more just straight across. This on a draw.
Golf shot.
Oh, the best of the day. From the best in the world. To 13, Tom.
Michai on the tee, straightaway par 4. Careful, don't want to run into the rough.
All right, like Nelly, 1 shot off the lead. China's Wei Zhang.
Going with the 8-iron. Hot location in the little bowl in the middle of this green today.
She's got a few dangerous shots between here and the clubhouse that could come between her and her tour card, and this is one of them. Well done right there.
15.
This is Lynn Grant on the tee. Tee moved up again today. Was moved up yesterday in the hole again over on the left side, but even further left today. Oh, wow. Helps when you got that much power.
And now Charlie Hull.
Charlie's going with a 9-iron here. So 1 less than everybody else, but she has been a little long today with her clubbing.
Last chance to win a Lamborghini. He should take something on the green.
It's going to have a bounce to the right.
Oh. How close was that? Dropping down to the bottom of the saddle. That was going to leave a very tough putt. Nelly Korda with a chance to tie the lead.
Got Lynn Grant here at the 15th, trying to set a target in the clubhouse. This is a good chance for a birdie here, Morgan.
Should just have a little bit of movement to the left. She's been rolling the ball well. Even the ones that don't go in all have a chance. It's 2 in a row. She's caught. Looked like she caught a piece of the hole there too, Tom.
25 years of age, her 3rd year out here. 1 win that came last summer, 2023, at the Dana Open up there in Ohio. 6 wins on the Ladies European Tour, including that Scandinavian mixed where she came from behind to get the historic victory.
She was 11 behind. It's
amazing.
the DP World Tour record. She got a little help from the leader, and she's trying to do it all herself here. Charlie Hall, how tough is this, Karen?
Well, it's insanely fast. It's quite a big slope that she has to hit this ball down.
Trying to use almost a little bit of the backstop there. It's not quite going to come all the way back down to the hole. But similar to 10, just really missing some of the largest ridges, large shelves in these greens, and having a lot of work.
Here's Michai. This is where her ball finished. Didn't end up in the rough. Trying to leave it below the hole here. And that wasn't what she wanted. It might feed down into that little bowl at the front. Water drains away there.
Fifth year of this event at Pelican Golf Club, and every year it just produces great moments and such a great challenge for these world's best. And here is Wei Wei Zhang trying to become one of the world's best. 5 wins on the China LPGA Tour and a chance to win for the first time on the LPGA.
And the secret is for Wei Wei is that it's one thing to win in your home country and on your home tour in China, but to do it with in front of the world's #1 player. Good crowd here at Pelican as well. It's a little different, and she's going to have to tap into all those feelings that she knows about winning and about remembering what it takes to get the job done here. And this putt that she's facing now is again pretty quick downhill. Not a huge amount of break though.
Yeah, this has been a difficult putt for players to read properly today, Karen. Almost everybody has missed it on that right side.
Nellie's going to have a short putt for birdie to tie the lead in a moment. First, let's get you to 13.
Jin Hee Im second.
Almost trying a little punch hybrid there. I like that sawed-off finish. Try and control the ball in the wind. It's going to be exceptionally fast. But it was a lovely golf swing.
All right, Nellie in tied for birdie, and Charlie's going to go first. And Karen, we said it earlier, she's not had a 3-putt all week. It's been a struggle for her this year. She is in the bottom 10 on tour in most 3-putts, and she's got a challenging one here to stay tied at the top.
But I think, you know, Morgan, you can attest to this too. I mean, she's coming off of a year last year where she did putt particularly well, and for some reason it hasn't quite happened this year. And it doesn't take much sometimes just to get that feeling back from where you had the previous year. And coming off of a victory too on the Ladies European Tour, where she obviously made some good putts, can give a player a little bit of confidence and that little boost that they need. This putt, however, very difficult, downhill.
She's been really stellar on those putts this week.
2 weeks ago, that was her 4th win on the Ladies European Tour. She took down Nellie in Sunday singles at the Solheim Cup. And a chance to go wire to wire here. 13.
Michai third. Careful. And it's going to be fast. It's so difficult around these greens. A lot of grain. You've got to catch it precisely.
And now Nellie to go back-to-back and tie the lead.
Have to think that this one is going to move just a bit to the right.
Is this any good? Nellie, who won 6 times before June 1st, has only played 6 times since, trying to win number 7. So glad to have you with us here for the final round of the ANNIKA, driven by Gainbridge. at Pelican. Morgan, it's been a big year. It's been a great week. Caitlin Clark in the Pro-Am with ANNIKA and Nelly on Wednesday. We've just said goodbye to Brittany Lincecum after a brilliant 20-year career, and now this back nine at Pelican.
Yeah, the stage is certainly set. That final group, nobody really taking it deep so far today, so really letting a ton of the field back in this tournament. Lynn Grant out to a great start. Rose was on a roll until the 12th hole caught her out. But we have seen so much drama over the years, especially on these closing holes, 17 and 18. There's still not a birdie on the 18th hole yet today, playing as the hardest hole on the golf course. So it will come down to this final stretch and who is able to hit the best shots. You just have to hit great shots around this golf course and, of course, make the putts.
Such a contrast in these players vying for the title. You've got Nelly trying to win for a 7th time this year. She has lived in the final groups on Sunday. Wei Wei Zhang's never even been close to this position. Wichani Michai's never won, but every win for whoever it is precious, isn't it?
Yeah, everybody's at a different point in their career. I mean, it's the biggest day of Wei Wei Zhang's career. It could potentially be for her. I mean, to be nearing Q Series shortly, to potentially have a 2-year exemption should she win here today. And then, you know, Nelly just trying to put some icing on the cake of her tremendous season. And Charlie Hull, I mean, I was surprised coming into this week that Charlie Hull was 52nd in the CME race to the Globe. I just kind of feel like she's played better than that. But that also tells the story of her season.
Good one from Nelly, Karen.
It is. Oh, it's a wide open fairway. That was just down the right side.
Now Im for a birdie on the green to tie the lead. As you said, Morgan, so difficult when you get above the hole playing defensively because of that speed. Back to the tee at the 13th, and Wei Wei.
This is one of those holes that you have to really concentrate on with a tee shot. Pick a small target to hit at, because there's really no trouble out there. But if you end up in the rough, it's going to make your second shot more difficult.
Karen, I've been impressed with what I've seen from Wei Wei for a player never having been in this position before.
No, with so much to play for too, Morgan. That's the thing. Got to try and get yourself in that top 100. And I mean, the pressure that she's under is, it's not just about winning. It's about getting inside that top 100.
Guys, can you hold up, please?
It sounds dramatic, but it's literally playing for your job next year.
No, that's exactly what it is. Certainly your job on the LPGA Tour. It's very hard to go backwards when you've been on the LPGA Tour. It's a tough thing to do, to have to go back down.
Now Charlie.
No problem there.
Yeah. Down the left side, the other two down the right. Safely away. Pretty generous off the tee, as Karen was talking about. There's a par putt here, important one for Michai down the hill. Oh no. So she's going to fall back to 10 under par and behind. It is Korda and Hull at the top of the leaderboard here. The final round of the ANNIKA, driven by Gainbridge at Pelican. We got a thriller on her hands in the beautiful sunshine. Who will get their hands on this trophy? We'll find out as our coverage continues. Back on the 13th hole, the final round of the ANNIKA. This is Nelly Korda tied for the lead. Second shot.
And she's got a 7-iron out, but it's only going to be a little one. A little bit of hurt in this, though, from 154.
Good shot. Very good.
Two really brilliant irons in a row. That left it below the hole. It's a little bit of a right to left putt up the hill.
Lynn Grant up at the 16th, her second. She's one back.
likes to hit a little bit of a draw, just has to watch the side spin here. Oh, she didn't get any. I expected her to have a little bit with the way that she likes to draw the ball.
Yep. Back to 13.
This is way.
And she's got 150. Not a pretty flat lie. Just got that. I mean, I don't know if there's any wind up there at the moment. I mean, it is so still out here now. There's a little bit of a slope left of the flag that you could use, but you run the risk of having a downhill putt if it doesn't take that slope.
I mean, we have had just 4 beautiful days of weather here, and this area certainly needs it with what they've been through over the last few months with the hurricanes. A little bit of a pull there, got touch on her toes. Get a little bit better with the slope.
Charlie almost ready to pull the trigger.
Yeah, she's not hanging about from 147. This is a small 8-iron for Charlie. Ball's a bit below her feet. Just a smidge of a downslope too.
We're going to have 3 birdie putts. Nelly the closest, manufacturing lovely iron shot in there. It's going to be fun to watch these players coming down the stretch here at Pelican.
Today's coverage is brought to you by Gainbridge. Your money deserves a win. Start earning at rates that beat most banks. Visit Gainbridge.io. And by Win Grips, the best grips in golf.
Great time to be in the St. Pete Clearwater area. The beach is here. They've been working hard to recover from the hurricanes, but that's their back in working order, which they are now for the most part. It is such a nice place to come and enjoy.
This was one of the greens that was completely underwater after Milton in early October.
A lot of people worked hard to get it back. You think about Justin Sheehan and all of his team, his wife Natalie here, director of women's golf. They're a real power couple, and they have worked very hard here with all of the staff to produce a golf club that Karen is in tip-top shape and is giving these players a chance to thrill us like they are doing.
It is, and it's an excitement that is palpable because you know that when the birdies happen that the players have hit great shots and they've hit great putts for them, because these green complexes are treacherous and tricky and the speeds are fast. So the players do have to be on top of their game. So you're really getting a very genuine sort of who's playing well at the moment in terms of our leaderboard. And the fans are really enjoying it too. It's a great course for the spectators to come out and watch. Very easy to walk around, and you can see a lot of golf.
It's a par for Wei Wei. She remains 10 under. Let's go to 16.
And let's see if Lynn Grant can join the lead. This is for birdie.
A little bit of a quick putt, breaking to her left.
Oh, that's got to drop, doesn't it?
Come on, how does that not fall? It looks like it's halfway in the hole. Oh.
Give it a second.
Wow. That was a beautiful roll. I said she's been close the last couple of holes. She's caught the edge. That's so frustrating. She has to think that's got to fall.
Wow. Swedish star played collegiately at Arizona State. She'll stay one back. 13.
Charlie for birdie.
This one's going to break to the left. She's been very good with the putts to save her pars, Tom, but hasn't really made much for birdies today.
Yeah, a couple of birdies in the first 4 holes, but hasn't had one since then. It's at the 15th. Tough day for Lilia Vu. And trying to scrape a few extra dollars. That will help. Gets her back to 3 over par for the round. There's too many bogeys today for the defending champion. Back to the 13th. Working on this one with caddy Jason.
Yeah, and it is a little bit of a tricky read. She's very close to there's a slope on the right side of this green that will move the ball to the left. So expect this to go that way. Looks to me like she's aiming this about a cup to the right of the hole.
Karen, out of the 72 players that made the cut, there's only been 5 birdies so far today on this hole. Make that 6.
Nelly Korda has the lead. That looked like it was trying to sneak left, didn't it? We had a great angle. And it's 3 birdies in a row for Nelly.
And she is atop the leaderboard for the first time all week at a place where she's won twice. Look at our insights by KPMG. And Morgan, she is trying to join some very impressive company here.
It's a pretty good list to be on right there. I mean, just it's amazing really what Nelly has been through this season, as well as some injuries. I mean, she said that she rushed to come back, rushed to rehab a little bit to get to play this week because it was so important to her, close to home, loves this golf course, certainly has had success here. But I mean, she said, I feel like I've lived 9 lives since her first victory in Bradenton. And to think that, to be in the company of those 2 players, it's pretty special.
Nancy did that in her first 2 years on tour. How about that? 17 wins in her first 2 seasons. Beth, 34 years ago. And now Nelly, who hasn't played since the Kroger Queen City Championship, week after the Solheim Cup, had that neck injury.
253 on the left with a little help off the right. And then 280 to the right. Down off your right. Really good rhythm here. Good picture.
A little bit like yesterday, Karen, when she got off to a bit of a sluggish start. She has come roaring back.
Yes, she does. She seems to know how to kick into gear when she has to. And that's something you expect from a #1 player. You think they're struggling a bit, and all of a sudden they just know what to do. It's like muscle memory kicks in for her, and she remembers, wait a minute, I'm world #1. I'm making birdies out here.
Is that any good? Yeah.
That is good.
One foot of curve there in that ball flight, Karen.
She averages 66.5 around this par 70 in 14 rounds, and she's at it again. 17.
Lynn Grant going with less than driver here. Should be a relatively easy driving hole for her. Put herself in position to get it up and down for a birdie.
Interesting if Grant posts something here,
yeah.
Tom. I mean, we've seen just about everything happen here around this golf course.
Wei Wei Zhang, birdie, eagle, birdie at this 14th this week, and you saw 106 in the race to the CME Globe, top 100 at day's end. Will have what amounts to full status on the LPGA Tour. If you finish 101 or below, then you're really not going to have very many events you can count on next year, and you're headed back to Q Series.
And it's quite funny that she's in that position, because when you look through her results, she's been fairly consistent. You know, she's only played 16 times, hasn't missed all that many cuts, but obviously hasn't accumulated a ton of CME points either. So she's a pretty solid, consistent player.
She has some power as well. Averages 273 yards per drive. Up ahead, here's the third for Michai. Didn't look great.
Sounded a little bit fat, a little heavy there. This club stuck into the ground, maybe a little soft.
All right, Charlie playing from behind now on the tee at 14.
And she said that she likes playing from behind. She said that playing from behind is a position that she prefers and that she likes to chase. Looks like she had to catch up with that one a little bit, Morgan.
Yeah, a little bit underneath that. Was trying to get it to draw. Gets a little bit of a ground draw. That'll be just fine.
It's been a dream season for Nelly Korda. A few bumps in the road. She looks very much like the player that won 6 of her first 8 starts. That birdie at the 13th puts her on top for the first time this week as she tries to win this championship. for the third time. Now she was, oh goodness, Wachani Michai, this is where a third shot came to rest.
Talk about him as a poor shot, but that's some really bad luck. What an incredible shot. That is shot of the day.
Get a reaction.
Right there. I mean, that is just a hit and hope. You just try and get some kind of a stance. You're not really sure if you could even get this up over the lip. You don't want to dig the ball right into the lip. What a shot. Truly, that is do not know what's going to happen here, but I'm going to swing as hard as I can. And she's got a tap in for par. That was exceptional.
Wears her emotions on her sleeve, said her hands were shaking, couldn't even hold it when she was in contention at the U.S. Women's Open. Well, this 14th is our Aon Risk Reward Challenge hole, and congratulations to Gino Titakun. She has wrapped up that season-long race and the $1 million first prize. You get one designated hole at every event. It's how you play your best 2 days on that hole. And Gino with that beauty at Liberty National at the 16th led to a birdie at the Meyer LPGA Classic. The 14th was the Aon hole. She made eagle there. Opted not to play this week. She really was going to force 4 players to make an albatross on this par 5 14th. And she pockets the $1 million first prize, joining Angel Yin, Minjee Lee, Hannah Green, and Carlota Segunda. Congratulations to Gino, and thank you to Aon for continuing to invest in the women's game. 17.
This is Lynn Grant, second. She could do with getting this up and down here, I think. And that gets... Oh, I thought it was just going to spin back, didn't you?
Yeah, it didn't, Tom. That didn't have that little bit of check, that second hop, and just stop. I thought that was going to be really close with where that landed.
Well, ever since the 9th hole, Korea's Jin Hee Im has had a putt of this length or shorter to tie the lead. Now she's got it here at the 14th to get within 1 of Nelly, who's hit a good tee shot right behind her. You love her stroke.
I just like her putting stroke. It's very simple. She's a little bit of an aggressive putter. At times that can hurt you, but I think that shows some confidence, really, is what I like about it. You can see how dark this putt is here that she has. That means it's into the green, so we'll be a little bit slower than maybe some of the other putts that she's had. She just locks in, moves everything together, back and through. Excellent tempo, keeps the putter low. And she does a lot of that.
She's bogey-free today, and it gets her to within 1. Second last year on the KLPGA. We talk about it all the time. She's seeing these courses for the very first time. And 31st in the race to the CME Globe, and a chance to win Rookie of the Year. 17.
This is Hyojun Jiang. Dropped a shot at the 16th. He's going to teach Lynn Grant something here. Lynn really keeping a close eye on that, walking in, as you could see. Goes past the hole, gets quick.
Yeah, look at how much that snapped in the last 5 feet there. Breaks a ton. All about the speed when it comes to a putt like that.
The green is clearing at the par 5 14th. Nelly leading it by 1.
Do you reckon they'll be stopping on the green?
Looking at the front left.
Yeah. I'll have a look at it.
Front left. Landing at 10 on 235 downwind. You're gonna have to take quite a bit off, eh? I like this play. I mean, I think this is going to go at least 230 down that right side. Just get yourself a good target, like...
The big tree.
Yeah, I was going to say right edge of the green, yeah.
There's the wind.
The wind's fairly straight down.
So Charlie's got a total of 242 to the hole. Adam O'Callaghan was saying there's a little bit of helping wind. I mean, it's not much there. I mean, might help by 2, maybe 3 yards. I mean, barely anything. Hole location really tucked behind that front bunker today.
As usual, leaving nothing in the bag.
Well, it's a good thing she went down a club. She was contemplating one more, worried that it might go over the green. A lovely shot there. She was aiming, as you heard, right at the right edge of the green.
Up to 17.
Yeah, watching players come through here is so difficult. You've got to be precise, so precise. It's not going to have enough speed, so it's really difficult from that part of the green to hole it. It's just a 4 for Lin. Let's go back to 14.
And Wei Wei Zhang with her second.
239 for her. Perfectly flat lie here. And this one's going to go to the left half of the green.
Yeah, that landed into the upslope, so it didn't chase all the way over. That's a lovely shot as well. Different ways to play this hole. You can play it a little bit up the right, a little up the left to avoid the bunker. What's Nelly going to do here, Karen?
Well, she's only got 233. I imagine this is her 7 wood. And she's got a little upslope. Didn't get a signal. And even if it is a 3, she's pretty finessey with that too. But because of the upslope, she can launch this one.
She was set up like to the right side of the green there.
How about that leave?
I'm not sure if that was what she was trying to do or if that was just she lost that a little bit to the right.
Chin Hee tee shot at 15 on the way. She's given herself a chance for another birdie, coming off birdie at 14. And that could be to tie the lead, depending on what Nelly Korda does on the par 5. It is tight at the top, the final round of the ANNIKA, driven by Gainbridge at Pelican.
Third shot for our leader, world number 1, Nelly Korda, at the par 5 14th. What do you think, Karen?
Well, she's found herself on a little upslope, but I mean, it's quite a touchy shot. I imagine that she's been playing those lower shots with trying to get that check on it as it hits the green, pitching into a bit of an upslope, but there's not a huge amount of green to use there.
Nicely done. My only thought is that maybe she was in between clubs there, Karen, and instead of trying to go for the flag and it maybe jumping over the green, which is impossible, leaving it short right there for a relatively straightforward up and down.
One you'd expect a player of Nelly's ability, especially around the greens, to get up and down. So Charlie's going to have a long putt for eagle. Nelly for birdie. Wei Wei Zhang has an eagle putt. Still too close to call here.
That is for certain. And with this hole, this 14th hole playing downwind, it's really allowing these players to make a move. But in order to do so, you've got to do something great in the meantime, which would be to make a long putt or hit a really tough shot into the flag that's tight over that front bunker. Charlie's putt, I mean, crikey, I mean, just clinging onto that very back edge. And Morgan, as you were saying, very lucky that she did club down and didn't club up. It's going to be quite quick. Should move to the right as well.
I think that's a little bit of adrenaline there, Karen. I mean, she was contemplating one more club, and this one landed nearly on the front edge.
I would say that in the course of what I've been watching from Charlie, the bogeys have come where the ball has ended up being long by over-clubbing.
Well, that's going to be your first birdie since the 4th hole. 12 under, and we'll see what Nelly does. Well, it's not the first time that Nelly and Charlie have been together on a Sunday. You go back to the Solheim Cup. They were the first singles match out as Europe was trying to mount a charge. This was at the 8th, and Nelly, who had been battling migraines that week, had played brilliantly the first 2 days. He fell 3 behind, and then, Morgan, this was mostly about Charlie playing brilliantly like here at 13.
Charlie played fabulous golf that day. I didn't get to watch very much of this match other than the first tee, but you could sense it. And then this shot right here.
A trademark recoil. And watch how close this gets. And that would wrap up a 6-4 victory. Charlie won the match. Nelly and her team won the cup. Wei Wei Zhang for eagle to tie the lead.
More simple putt here than Charlie had. It's going to be a little bit uphill as the ball approaches the hole. Oh, that was aggressive.
Wow, Karen, was that putt that fast? Didn't look like she took it back very far.
No, I didn't see it as being that fast. I think it must be a little deceptive in how it looks, because it definitely looks like there's a little upslope as the ball approaches the hole. And I think when you're standing over your putt, that's what the last thing you see is. So you just give it that bit extra.
Charlie taps in, so she'll go to 12. Ties Nelly at the moment. Nelly with a short putt for birdie coming up. Zhang will go first for birdie. But let's get you up to 15.
Chani Michai missed the green left. There's a gully down on the left side and not a lot of green to work with, so wasn't able to get it close. Has this for par. Saw her drop a shot at the 13th and in danger of doing the same here at 15. Does not want to fall too far behind. It's an important one here. Might need to make this one. It's going to be a bogey, and she's going to go back to 9 under.
Wei Wei Zhang probably with something like a top 20 finish at the moment. Goodness, she's trying to win the tournament. Anything inside the top 20 should secure her card for next year. She's had to go back to Q Series after each of her first 2 seasons, but this for birdie.
And on these greens that are super fast and icy, these putts just aren't easy when everything's on the line. It looked like she tried to help that a little bit too, Morgan.
Yeah, so aggressive with the first one and then tentative with the next one coming back.
It's her second 3-putt of the day. That one for par. Nelly with a short one for birdie in a moment. But first, another chance for Jin Hee Im.
This is the birdie putt at the 15th.
Never the easiest to putt through your shadow. Really commit to the line that she puts down on the ball there. Slight break to the left.
Wow.
And back at 14, Nelly for birdie.
Caution.
And she is red hot. 4 straight birdies for Nelly Korda. She was 6 back at one point midway through round 3, and Morgan, here she is up by 1 going to 15.
She clearly has some really positive vibes on this back 9, similar to exactly what we saw yesterday. She was able to turn her round around, similar today, off to a sluggish, slow start, but this birdie at 11 really got things going.
And then at the 12th, where we have seen as many doubles or worse as birdies, she hits the shot of the day.
Just a beautifully balanced finish.
Jason said that a lot. Golf shot. She would roll that in. That was not a tap in, by the way. Good one. And then at 13.
Tough hole. Only the 6th birdie of the day on this hole for the entire field.
Who would you want around the green on this grass other than Nelly Korda?
Grew up on this Bermuda grass, knows it better than just about anybody, with a wedge with a sharp leading edge, and that was just textbook right there.
You think about this season, it began for her at Lake Nona, Florida. Good finish, but then the next week in Bradenton, a win, and now trying to win close to home again.
This is Im just cleaning up for par here. They're all important at this point, and no problem at all. Big roar goes out from somewhere around the golf course.
Lydia Ko, could this have been the roar? I don't know. Let's see. This is the new Hall of Fame member finishing up. That deserves a roar, just getting it down in 2 from there.
Do you see how softly she hit that putt? Barely got it started. Coming out of that fringe. All in all, it's taken, anybody in this field would take a tap-in par here on 18. Playing at 4.5 scoring average right now.
Off she heads to Tiburon next week, where she's won a couple of times. The CME Group Tour Championship. And now to 15.
Yeah, Nelly Korda trying to hit another one of those exquisite iron shots here, Karen.
Oh, she is. 164. A little bit of hurt, so probably playing close to 170. The difficulty is that the slope on that, just over the bunker, is tough. Oh, but this was exquisite.
What a shot that is. I think she was a bit concerned it might have been left. It is perfect now.
Well, we've talked about what's at stake. Morgan, players trying to secure their cards, others trying to move into the top 60 to get a spot next week. Gabby Lopez 61st. This was a moment ago at 16. She knows what's at stake. She's never missed the Tour Championship. She'll need to play well in the last couple of holes. Been a tough day for her overall, but that was a big one. 15.
Charlie Hull, how will she respond?
Oh, she's got a 7-iron out. This needs to be a good one for it to be the right club here. And this one's a bit more out to the right, hoping to catch a slope to the left.
No, it's not going to do it. It's too far right. That's going to be a tricky putt now. That shows you how good Nelly's tee shot was. So it's advantage Nelly Korda here, trying to win this for the 3rd time and win for the 7th time in 2024. With the projections in the race to the CME Globe there.
Lynn Grant had a couple of putts on this back 9 to tie the lead. Now she is 3 back. Second shot at the tough 18th.
She set up well left here with her lower body. She does like to draw the ball, not often getting it right to left, excuse me, left to right, and that's kind of right about where she was aimed.
I mean, that feels like a 1 out of 5 chance to get up and down. I don't know, Morgan. It's tough back there, isn't it?
It is absolutely brutal. It's where players miss because they don't want to be short, but there is nothing good over this green to that whole location today, which is only about 10 paces off the back of the green. Everything, as we've seen, sloping down towards the penalty area.
This is just Lynn's 2nd full season. Oh, really? You say it's her first full season. She didn't join the LPGA Tour in the U.S. until May of last year, so what a bright future she has and an awfully impressive present as well. Back we go to our final group, Tom, at the 15.
Yeah, and Charlie Hull has a long putt again, Karen, where she's got to get the speed right here.
It is. It's her putting has been really tested today. Well, in fact, yesterday too, from long range. And I think this is something that that she can be very proud of, no matter what the result of today, because her speed control has been very good, even when she's been off the green, putting up and over some of these incredibly difficult slopes.
And the only one she really had to work hard on was the 10th hole, and she made that fabulous par save, but another good speed there.
Should be a two-putt for Charlie. It was important for her to two-putt this green because it looks like Nelly Korda is going to make birdie, and Charlie can't afford a two-shot swing.
Did you think about 18? Charlie hit it in the water yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, it can happen, but you don't. I think falling 3 behind Nelly Korda at this point just makes that task so much more difficult. But you know, 17, we saw Nelly make a triple when she was in contention here, and then went on to win in a playoff a few years ago. So yeah, those holes are not easy, but the whole location of 17 is not as difficult as it has been in the past on the final day. So it's more of a birdie chance this time around than what we've seen in previous final rounds. Now, Wei Wei, as we take a look at her little bio there, 5 wins on the China LPGA Tour, best finish T10 on the LPGA. This could well be her best finish here, looking likely, and a chance for a birdie. Could be a win, Karen, who knows?
You never know what could happen, but I think it's got to start now, Tom, with this putt here, knowing that Nelly's got a short opportunity for birdie. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not going anywhere. We've talked about how impressive she's been, Morgan.
Yeah, I thought that not converting the birdie on the last hole might really hurt her. There aren't a ton of birdie opportunities coming into the house, but what a beautiful stroke there. Able to put the 3-putt from the previous hole out of her mind and stay confident.
Now Nelly to make the task a bit easier here. This for a birdie at the 15th.
But as you were saying, Tom, I don't think you can ever really relax out here on this golf course. You have to really hunker down for every single shot.
And that is 5 birdies in a row for Nelly Korda.
Well, we said it. Scoring average here, 66.5. Includes a couple of wins. You go back to 2021. What a playoff it was. Lydia Ko, Lexi Thompson, Sei Young Kim, but it was Nelly who birdied the 18th to get into the playoff, birdied it to win it. And that was her 5th win of the season. She won a major that year, plus the Olympic gold medal. The next year, Morgan, you remember how tough that was? Missed a big chunk of the year with the blood clots. This was an emotional victory for her.
Yeah, this was, you go through those moments in your career, you never know if you're going to win again.
She said how much it meant just to be back out after missing that time. Did not win last year, but boy, has she made up for it this year. 7 victories if she wins today. First time in 34 years that an American has won that many. First time in more than a decade that anyone in the LPGA Tour has won that many times. 15 wins would tie Jin Young Ko among those active players. And I dare say this would mean a lot to her after missing the last couple of months. Remember, she had the dog bite after the KPMG at Sahali, and you said it, it's been a roller coaster year for her.
She's had 2 breaks of 7+ weeks as well, including coming into this week.
Well, this has been a popular choice. Putter from behind the green. Grant.
You could drop a whole bucket of balls down there and not do that again. What a shot.
Likely won't be enough to win, but she'll post 10 under. That'll be a round of 66, and it includes a double bogey. She'll head to the CME Group Tour Championship again. Might recall, because she was unvaccinated, she had her LPGA card but couldn't play in the U.S., couldn't come over. and yet played well enough in those 8 events outside the U.S. to keep her card. And she's an LPGA winner. And as Tom mentioned, 6 wins on the DP World Tour. I beg your pardon, on the LET.
Swing, buddy.
Here's Nelly, 5 straight birdies at 16 now.
Yeah, and a drive that will give her an opportunity for a 6th. Just down that left side, avoiding all the trouble.
Think about the great year that she's had. It's the first time this year she's had 5 birdies in a row. Longest stretch of the season, longest streak of the season so far. And like you said, Karen, opportunity for another.
No question. Nelly just seems to find a way. And that's one of the most impressive things from her this year. Wei Wei looks to be clubbing back here, not with the driver.
There's a bunker up the right. She's leaning like it's right, but if it's the right club, it should be short.
First time on this stage for Wei Wei Zhang. She'd never been better than 11th heading into a final round in 3 seasons on the LPGA Tour. She has acquitted herself admirably. Now Charlie, 2 down with 3 to play.
Just starting to watch those shadows there on the right side of the tee. Got the driver out. Driver makes the approach to this green a little bit easier. Shorter shots.
It's one of the most demanding tee shots on this course.
And this is going down the right side. It's heading towards those bunkers.
And in. Nelly Korda, world #1, looking just like it. 5 straight birdies. He's taken 2-shot lead. Today's coverage is brought to you by Gainbridge. With rates that beat most banks, Gainbridge is a game changer for investing. Visit Gainbridge.io. And by Volunteers of America, dedicated to building healthy communities through health, housing, and human services. Give at VOA.org. Nelly Korda has hoisted this trophy a couple of times and is trying to do it for a 3rd. Jin Hee M running out of holes here. This at the 16th.
So quick downhill, down green, just trying to cozy something up there. Very well done.
And Nelly just behind her. Uh-oh, in the fairway, but in the divot hole, it looks like.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate. That's some bad luck there. It doesn't look too deep. It looks shallow and looks like it's on the front side. So just going to have to be a little bit steep with some kind of a short iron or wedge here.
If memory serves, she had a slightly dodgy lie with her 2nd shot to 18 at Bradenton on Sunday. Hit it to tap-in range, got into a playoff with Lydia and won it. So we'll see how she plays there. How about the week for Rose Zhang, Morgan?
Yeah, really unfortunate. At 12 today, she was right in it until that point. Brilliant approach. There has been 1 birdie here. Lauren Coughlin made the first birdie of the day here on 18. Rose looking to post the 2nd.
We talk about players trying to put themselves in position and what they can learn from it. And you mentioned what Michai might have gained from being tied for the lead heading into the final round at the U.S. Women's Open this summer. Had a share of the lead a couple of times here this afternoon.
Yeah, it's hard because you never really know how many times you're going to be in that position or if you're going to ever be in it again. You can't take anything for granted. Try and make the most out of each and every opportunity. But at the end of the day, you know, I feel like she's got so much game that she will put herself in that position. And the difference really at that point becomes mental. Becomes, can you mentally focus and stay strong?
Into left or right?
Green clearing. Wei Wei Zhang getting a number.
7-yard right.
Okay.
Just having to wander forward just a little bit to make sure that she can see the green surface. She's a little bit sheltered from it because of the bunker that is in front of her. Not a bad angle, though, for her, but I imagine that I mean, going at that flag with not much room left of it before the green slopes off and the penalty area creeps into play is not very appealing. I think Wei Wei will be playing this out to the right. It's from 134. Oh, there was no going out to the right. That had to be a little heart in your mouth in the air there.
That's why she was watching it so anxiously. Saw her lose her balance a little bit on the follow-through, a touch towards her toes. Typically results in a slight pull.
How about Charlie's situation here in the bunker, Karen?
Well, I don't think getting enough distance will be a problem. Certainly not because of the lip. She's only got 111. Ball is a bit above her feet, though. Got to play this one out to the right.
Ideally, the left edge of that bunker in the distance with a little bit of a draw.
Trying to move left.
Come down, come down.
I think great play, though, from that bunker.
Well, we saw where Nellie's ball came to rest, Karen. What do you think here?
Well, she's got 110. She's got, I mean, it's a sandfield divot. It's not ideal, but I've seen a lot worse. I think she could still try and pick this one with that wedge, but also erred on the side of caution by going out to the right.
Kind of squeezed it a little bit, playing it back in her stance, got a touch ahead of it and pushed it out to the right.
Where you like starting this?
Five straight birdies for Nellie Korda to go from 2 back to 2 ahead. Off the green here at the 16th.
No. Yeah, that's perfect, dude. Yeah.
This putt is pretty much downhill all the way to the hole. So just kind of almost imagine the hole is halfway between where it is and where your ball is now, and that should give you an idea of how fast this putt is going to be.
Okay. And a divot hole off the tee after piping another drive.
Yeah, that was definitely an unfortunate break there to end up in that divot. Quite heavy-handed there. She knows how quick these greens are. She talked about that they're like putting on glass or on ice, just so fast.
Charlie's got a putt for birdie. Wei Wei Zhang has a birdie attempt. Charlie going to be first to go of those two, I believe.
Yes, she is. And hers is also going to be fairly quick. She will know that from watching Nellie's ball just not slow down at all as it got to the hole. And you kind of almost have to play tricks with your mind when the greens are this fast. You have to, you know, pitch the hole in a different spot to where it actually is, and just not be tied into where the actual hole is at all. And even that one got extra rollout.
Yeah, it's a good 3-4 feet. 17.
Important one here for him. Try and get the ball up and down, make birdie. Nellie isn't guaranteed a par on the hole before at 16.
I just really have to watch the spin here. Oh, that's going to be that quick putt that we've seen, Tom. Ideally, you want to be short of this whole location, but there's not much room.
There's not.
There's not much space.
And there's a big bunker there as well to protect the front of the green. Let's go back to 16.
And another opportunity for Wei Zhang, this to join Charlie at 12 under.
And from an easier spot, it's still going to move a little left though, but uphill. Well, that took a little hop.
Yeah, there's a combination of a little bit of a pull and definitely bobbled through that fringe.
All right, so Nelly with a sizable putt for par to stay at 14 under. Charlie is a little longer than tap-in range for sure. Wei is going to move her mark. Nelly had a 3-putt on the 18th yesterday, but in her defense, Karen, it was in the dark, basically.
It really was. I don't know how you can really, I mean, you have to just say, you know what, it was pretty dark out, and give yourself a pass on it. I certainly would have. And I was standing on the green at that time, and I was thinking how difficult it was to judge the, I mean, first off, judging speed, but also actually reading them becomes difficult when it's that dark.
Shouldn't have a lot of break in it, Karen. Pretty much straight back up the hill.
Absolutely. And the good thing is that she would have been paying attention to it as it rolled past the hole.
Oh, yeah. Nelly overcomes that bad break. The divot hole in the fairway. Salvages par. And now she is 2 holes away from a 3rd win here at Pelican.
Yeah, that's a putt that from a #1 player in the world right there. What a clutch putt.
Roseng. A rare birdie at the 18th. And she'll take a head of steam into the CME Group Tour Championship. Just a 1.5 years on tour, Morgan, and already a superstar.
Yeah, and just hasn't had her best stuff the second half of this season, but this should give her a ton of confidence heading into next week.
Had her best stuff at the Solheim Cup, that's for sure. Helped your team get the cup back from Charlie in Europe. Karen, how about this comebacker?
She's been so solid from this range all week. I mean, it's back uphill. I think it's one that she'll feel that she can give it a good roll.
Well, it was a little bit sloppy with that stroke there. Putter went a little bit out going back and caught across it, pulled it a fraction, but you can see from her reaction, that was closer than she thought it would be to the edge.
Kind of like big brother, little sister, isn't it, with Adam, Woodward, and Charlie? They're a great team. Wei for par.
I'm not sure if there's much in this one either. I think it's one of those putts that from this range, you just keep it inside the hole. Put a good stroke on it with confidence.
Shot 62 yesterday with 9 birdies. It was her best round in 3 seasons on tour by 4. Put her into the final group today with 2 of the LPGA's luminaries. And she has more than held her own. She's having the putting week of her young LPGA career.
Olivia Cowan needs to birdie the last 2 holes to have any chance of avoiding the Q score. This is for birdie at 17. She's just birdied 16 as well. Oh my goodness. It's that close to having a job next year. Or going back and fighting for your LPGA Tour card. To the tee at the 17th, and Nelly Korda.
Straight away tee shot here. You've got some bunkers down the left, but plenty of room out to the right, and that's what Nelly's done.
And a little bit up the right gives you a slightly better angle into the whole location today. She had a beauty in here yesterday.
Okay, we've seen so many players from this part of the green, Morgan, and they've missed high, they've missed low. A few have holed it, but it's so difficult to start it on that line with the right pace.
It just has to be perfect. I like what she does there. Draw a little bit. See, I always saw my putts in curves, and this one, more than any, you almost have to throw the line on the ball out the window and just really feel this one. The center of the hole changes on a putt like this, Tom. It's literally, you're trying to almost drop it in at 3 o'clock on the very right side, just with the severity of the slope. Try and find the fall line, and that's where your ball needs to enter the hole. It's just one you cannot be aggressive with.
Oh, that is so good. Gets it at 12 under par. She's still got a chance here. She's got a chance going to 18. And we'll go back to the tee at the 17th with Charlie Hull.
And just like Nelly, clubbing back. No need for a driver here. You want to give yourself a fuller shot in here. Enable you to control your wedges.
And that's in good shape. Charlie Hull. The players chasing Nelly Corder. He's one putted every green from the 11th. And this was a crucial par save at 16. Nelly Corder ahead by 2 here with 2 holes to play. Back on the 17th hole here at the ANNIKA, driven by Gainbridge and Pelican. Nelly Corder with a 2-shot lead. Charlie Hull and Nelly walking up the fairway. They know each other pretty well. They got good rapport going out there. It's good when you can switch off like that between shots and then plug right in to hit the shot. I think that's the key to maybe playing the way they played today.
Yeah, they like playing with each other, similar pace. Jin Hee M. What would a birdie do for Jin Hee here, Morgan?
Well, she'd be only the 3rd player to do it today. It's a tall order, but you know, you never know what could happen. We've seen it. It has been done.
90, but 85, Canada bunker?
Yep.
Okay. Just 58.
And everyone trying to get here. CME Group Tour Championship starts on Thursday. Wei Wei was the last player on the points list who, with a victory, could have moved in to the top 60, and it's not over yet. She needs something special here, Tom.
17th hole, 2nd shot, 3 behind. You've got to think she needs to birdie the last 2.
I think so. I think that's exactly what she has in her mind. And then she'll need a little bit of help as well from the people ahead of her to do that. This is from 87 yards.
There's a false front not far from where her ball is right now. Just happened to stay on top. We've seen that spin into this whole location catch some players out.
Now Nelly.
Only got 76 yards. Ball is quite below her feet, though.
Okay, good shot.
Right, guys, we've got the whole club length from there.
Well, she's going to have that putt that we've been watching all day at 17. Let's see with the putter red hot whether Nelly has a chance to hold it. Just
Yeah.
Have you got another tee bag there? Tee bag?
I mean,
No,
that's-
that tee bag there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the nearest spot. We have to take that, right?
Well, I say it looked flatter there, but I just when I went over the ball,
Yeah.
it was like too much of a downslope. Do you know what I mean? Well, this
Yeah.
is below my feet. That's no nearer, is it?
No, that's no nearer that tee, no.
Pretty standard drop here for Charlie.
Yeah, that's good.
It is.
It was a pretty funny exchange between the two of them there.
75.
She knew it was all right.
68 carry.
Yep.
75 hit. What do we have yesterday?
It's 76 yesterday. 77 yesterday.
It's not a half, no, it's more than a half, isn't it?
No, what's that wind doing? Yeah, we're going to land it there. It's just like a three-quarter pin. Not much help. Okay, just a little right to left help.
Straight at it.
Yep.
Got the ball below her feet. I mean, it's quite amazing. She's over the ball and she's saying to ads, straight at it. A lot of players would have backed off.
Oh, no.
That false front, Tom.
And now that becomes so difficult.
That's really tough up and down. No green to work with. Huge mistake trying to win this tournament.
Yeah. Charlie has some work to do. Nelly looking good at the top. It's a moment to go at the 17th. Third shot for Charlie Hull.
And it is uphill, doesn't have a huge amount of green to use.
So we knew it would be a difficult up and down. That putt's going to be tricky. Wei Zhang has a putt for birdie to get to 12 under par.
And this one is putting back uphill.
Well, she's going to stay 3 back, might be 4 behind if Nelly makes her putt. She said she's not thinking about next week, but keeping her card has been so important.
Just not the time to leave one short, Tom. Right from that spot, we've seen players above the hole really struggle, but she had a really good look uphill.
Well, this could put the tournament to bed here.
Sure could. I mean, there's a little bit of uphill to this, but it's going to move to the left.
You never quite know what happens at 18, Karen, but a 3-shot lead is very comfortable.
Well, it is. It allows you to play conservatively too, not having to take on too much.
Good putt. Really good stroke.
Just didn't turn in at the end. So it'll be a 2-shot lead. Charlie Hull still has a putt to stay at 12 under. Im is obviously playing 18 at 12 under. She's just seen Nelly putt on a similar line. This one's so difficult, Karen.
It is, and you heard Jason, Nelly's caddy, say to her, it's all feel. And that's exactly what it is. It's trying to pitch the ball, falling in at about, I'd say, 4 o'clock, just in that front right portion of the hole. And
Just giving it some speed.
She kind of had to, Tom. Really had to make that one. That was just, I mean, I know the ball was a little bit below her feet on that second shot because of finding herself in the drain.
Even Denise there is working hard to give you the great sounds that you hear, was willing that one in the background. Okay, so it's a bogey for Hull. She falls back into a tie for third. 3 back of Nelly. It's not over yet as we go to the 18th, Grant.
And the closest pursuer, Jin Hee Im. Second shot at the treacherous closing hole.
Like I said yesterday, you just have to step up here and hit a really solid shot. It's just on the wrong side of the ridge.
Lynn Grant had an amazing putt from behind the green to within tap-in range, but 4 would be a great score from where Jin Hee Im is. Wichani Michai tied for the lead a couple of times on the back nine. Her last full swing here.
Long left as well. That one will be a little bit of an easier shot than the one that Jin Hee Im has to deal with. A little bit more straightforward, but exceptionally quick. We said it time and time again, that's what brings the drama on this golf course. There is no bailout. What you think is a bailout is an impossible shot.
The lead is 2 for Nelly Korda. A run of 5 straight birdies on the back nine, from 2 back to 2 in front. And 1 more hole to go.
Yep, driver out. Been very consistent with this club all day. Probably the most consistent I've seen with her over the course of this week, actually, her rounds today.
Just up the right edge and gets a nice bounce. Huge difference between being in the short grass and being in the rough here.
Deserved a good bounce after finding that divot hole back at 16. Nelly trying to win for the 7th time this year. Clubhouse at Pelican. Refurbished. This golf course had fallen into great disrepair, and the Doyle family rebuilt it. Old Donald Ross design, and what a stage it has been for the last 5 years now. We've seen major champions win here. Se-Young Kim, Nelly a couple of times, Lily Avu last year, and now a rookie, Jin Hee Im, with her work cut out for her. Morgan, she has been terrific in her first season on the LPGA Tour, getting it up and down, making big putts. This is going to test every bit of her skill here, won't it?
Yeah, I think that's also why we've seen her towards the top of this leaderboard here this week, is her short game prowess. And this golf course tests every aspect of your game, but especially your mental ability to commit to shots and your short game. And nothing will test her short game more than this shot right here. Really have to probably bump this into the hill. Just get it to barely trickle over the top. Could go the high route. It's a very high risk shot. I think when you're chipping into Bermuda with a bump and run, you have to make sure you give it enough. The first hop is usually straight up in the air. Let's see what her practice swings look like here. So her practice swings look like she's going a bit higher than I would anticipate. Maybe trying to land it just on the very top of the hill, but you have to be so precise with this type of a shot. Bogey doesn't do her much good here.
Wow.
Excellent touch. She can breathe a sigh of relief.
So that'll be for par to stay 2 behind Nelly Korda. And as we come down the stretch here, Morgan, I'm just thinking back to late January And about 45 miles south of here, a Player of the Year campaign began for Nelly Korda when she was 3 shots back with 2 holes to play, and Lydia Ko already in the clubhouse. She goes eagle, birdie, wins in a playoff. It's there have been a few bumps in the road since then, but here she is now 1 hole away from a 7th win.
Well, no path to anything is ever linear. No season, no year is ever linear. But what the performance that Nelly Korda has put on, not just here this week, but this entire season, it's really been sensational. And we've kind of been wondering who that breakout star would be at the start of this year. And you could say certainly Nelly and Lydia both with incredibly strong seasons, and a lot of other players as well in the mix. But hats off to Nelly Korda. I mean, they may rename this golf course after her. She loves this place so much. I'm not going to hand her the trophy just yet. She's got a couple shots left to play, but it's really impressive how comfortable she is around this golf course and how incredibly well she has played this season. It's been quite a sensational season. I want to thank you, Grant, too. Thank you for an awesome season. It's so much fun calling golf with you. Love your passion, love your energy, how much you love the LPGA Tour, and just love working with you. Congrats on a great season.
Same. And it's been so fun to watch so many great moments. We've been here from the very beginning. And, of course, Terry will join you and the gang next week at the CME Group Tour Championship. But watching these great players shine and thinking about what maybe this year could mean moving forward for the LPGA Tour. Caitlin Clark was here bringing a buzz. Nelly doing things we haven't seen. Lydia Ko going into the Hall of Fame. It's just been one great moment after another. It's been an unusually great season, it seems.
I mean, when you have the Olympics thrown in there as well, you know, golf really on the biggest global stage it could possibly be. Women's sports in general on the rise, and the buzz that was created around Caitlin Clark just proves that, you know, the LPGA is ready for that big stage, and this has been a big season towards propelling it up to that spot in the limelight.
Yeah, what a great job we all have here, getting to follow these great players around. You were one of them that I've loved calling as well, working with you and the team, Jesse West, our producer, and Pete Esposito, our director, the incredible women and men who bring you the shots every week. And one more big week, and then the Grant Thornton Invitational. Don't forget that, coming up in just a few weeks' time, also in Tiburon. Well, this to maybe make Nelly sweat just a bit for par to post 12 under.
Just inside the right here.
Well, it may not happen this week, but she'll still have a chance next week to overtake Mal Saigo. She'll pick up a lot of points on Mal this week, who missed the cut, and a chance next week at the CME Group Tour Championship to get that coveted trophy.
It'll be a very tight race. It's interesting how seasons go. You know, sometimes a Player of the Year comes down to the end. Sometimes, like this year, Nelly's already wrapped it up. Last year, Rookie of the Year was wrapped up before we got to CME. And the Rolex Awards on Wednesday night.
Yeah, Tom Adams will be hosting that next Wednesday night. Way to go, Jin Hee, a bogey, but her first of the day leaves her still tied for second.
Great play, and be aggressive.
Karen, you've seen some great golf from Nelly Korda over the years, but today was another one to remember.
It really has been. How she was able to turn it around on this back nine was very special. This is an 8-iron for Nelly. It's a club that she could hit full.
Oh, Karen. Dangerously close on 12, dangerously close here. You could hear her yelling that to fly, but now she can breathe a sigh of relief. Look at her reaction.
That's what she was yelling on the 18th hole at Bradenton. Fly, fly, and it did, up to tap-in range for birdie to get into a playoff. So it all comes full circle back here where she grew up. And now Wei Wei Zhang in what is now a 3-way tie for second.
Also with an 8-iron from 148. More green to use on this angle.
What a week. And what a shot.
I've been really impressed with the way she's handled herself here today. I mean, with all the pressure in the world on her, and she has hung really tough.
Tough start today, even.
Yep.
It's been fun to watch.
Charlie now.
Yeah, across the drive. Only 130 left for Charlie. Pretty flat lie.
Oh. That was just a couple of feet away from drifting down to that proper tier. Okay, she can laugh about it now, but how close was this from coming back in?
I think it made us all catch our breath a little bit.
She had the sprinkler head to maybe catch it if it would have rolled back. Look at her, yeah.
Her sister had a similar reaction. She sent me quite the text after that. And I think we were all kind of feeling that same way.
She hasn't played in a couple of months, and she said when she went out to play Thursday, it was the first time she'd walked a full 18 holes. The neck injury before she had planned to go to Asia to play a couple of times. And you just think about this surreal season. She had the big comeback to win at Bradenton Country Club at the drive on to beat Lydia Ko. The 2-hole playoff. Took 7 weeks off. Had some R&R. Saw some family. And then won 4 straight events when she returned, including another major championship at the Chevron. 5 straight wins, tied an all-time LPGA record. She kind of cleansed the palate a bit there at Cognizant Founders Cup, where Rose Zhang won, but then came back and won the Mizuho Americas Open, rallying again. Since then, injuries and other reasons, 6 starts only since that 6th win, and now just a few putts away here from win number 7.
It's kind of been, it's been a career, a year, and certainly a week of patience for Nelly. I've been really impressed the last 2 days. How she stayed so patient on the course and rebounded from tough starts, Karen, to really, I mean, those 5 birdies in a row on the back 9, had 6 birdies yesterday to turn her round around. Sometimes when things aren't going your way, that's so hard to do, and she's done it here 2 days in a row.
Well, I think that's been the story of her season, really, too. I mean, the resilience and perseverance that she's shown over the course of her victories, they haven't all been easy.
Pro move here. Leave yourself a little tap in. Think about what's happened the last couple of years on the LPGA Tour. 11 first-time winners 2 years ago, a dozen last year, setting an all-time record this year. Nelly and Lydia dominating. Hannah Green's won 3 times. Ronnie Yin's won 3 times. We've seen the big names re-emerge, and none bigger than Nelly Korda. Did not win last year. She's made up for it in a big way. What will Charlie take from today, Karen?
Well, it's another close call, isn't it, on the LPGA? The fact that she can take the win from the Ladies European Tour event, roll it into a great week here, and go to a course next week where she has won.
If she finishes second, it'll be her 5th second-place finish since her last LPGA victory in October of 2022. But she will not go wire to wire. And so Nelly, just a tap in away. There's her brother Seb, mom and dad, Regina, Peter. He doesn't get to see her very often. I think this is the first time he's seen her win in person.
He came here to surprise her today. Showed up on the 16th hole. Special moment to certainly have him there as well.
Well, this to break out of a three-way tie for second.
And what a huge week for Wei Wei. I know she didn't come off with the victory, but my goodness, what a time to have the best week of your career.
It's going to feel like a win, and it is a win in a way, Morgan. She keeps her card.
There's nothing like the relief of not having to go to Q Series for a player who's had to do that the last couple of seasons. First time she's kept her tour card. And just really, she played so solid this whole week.
Thanks to Pelican Golf Club, thanks to Gainbridge for elevating women's sport. What they've done with this event, the purse keeps going up year after year. Charlie with par and another second place finish. She got the better of Nelly. Solheim singles. Nelly's going to get the better of her and everyone today. Nelly is back in a big way. Win number 7 for the Player of the Year in 2024. And for the third time, she wins the ANNIKA, driven by Gainbridge at Pelican.
Always a pleasure.
Let's go.
Soak it in.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
She had just finally dried out from her last win in May. First player since Beth Daniel from the U.S. to win 7 times in a season. And she did it, Morgan, with a back 9 to remember. 5 straight birdies from 2 back to that 3-shot win.
Gosh, it is her 4th win this season when trailing entering the final round. She is the queen of the comeback this season.
And she is with Karen Stupples.
Thanks, Grant. Nelly, fantastic performance today. 7 wins now on the LPGA Tour this season. Does winning ever get boring?
No, never. I mean, you should have felt the nerves that I was feeling on the back 9, and then just, you know, after taking some time off with an injury, it feels great to be back out here. And there's nothing like being in the hunt. There's nothing like the adrenaline feeling going on the back 9 and being in contention, and I love it so much.
Is that how you were able to turn it around? You were 2 back and all of a sudden you reel off 5 birdies in a row. What goes through your mind in those moments?
Yeah, not a lot of happy thoughts at the beginning, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I have such a great teammate. Jay and I have been together for, I think, next year going on our 9th year. And having him by my side obviously helps because he knows what to say to me when I do get down on myself.
Now, we often see your mum and dad out walking, but we see your brothers here this week.
I did not know that.
He's here, so this is your first time seeing him?
Yeah, and this is actually my first time winning in front of him. So, yeah, I haven't seen him in a couple of months, so it's nice to see him.
Well, congratulations. Go see him.
Thank you.
Yeah, game, set, match.
Well done.
Whoa, Nelly.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, look high above your head. You can see the jump.
It's a tight-knit family, Morgan. They support each other like no other.
I thought it was awesome. You saw her get a little emotional there when she realized he came to surprise her. So cool.
And Peter, she still leans so heavily on them, doesn't she? For so much. Well, we talked about what a big week this was for players getting into next week's CME Group Tour Championship. Congratulations, Carlota Saganda. She gets the last spot, and she has played every single CME Group Tour Championship. Steph Kiriakou, the tough luck player, getting bounced out. And these players will keep their card. Caroline Inglis, for the 2nd time, finishes 100th. Congratulations, Bianca Pagdanana, who moved from 101 to 92. And to Wei Zhang from 106, well inside the top 100. We've seen this a lot, Morgan. She's done it in a variety of ways. But she's never done it in front of Seb, who had a great view and something he'll never forget. He'll have it forever. And now off to the CME Group Tour Championship, a chance for an 8th.
She is in fine form, has played well around that golf course as well. That golf course suits her game perfectly, and her swing and her putting stroke look just about as good as we've ever seen.
Nelly wins for the 7th time, first time since May, and first American since Beth Daniel to win 7 times in a season. Career best finish for Jin Hee Im and Wei Zhang. Congratulations to them. And thanks to everyone who was a part of it all week, all season long. Golf Central comes your way, brought to you by Callaway Golf Next. Our producer, Jesse West, director Pete Esposito, and the entire team. Thanks for the memories, Brittany Lincecum. Thanks to Morgan, Tom, and Karen, for everybody. I'm Grant Boone. And thank you for watching the LPGA Tour. Nelly, she's in 7th heaven. She wins again. Player of the Year.
All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Look high above your head.